Where do you start when you're new to Jiu-Jitsu? Well, today's video, that's what I'm going to help you with. I've had several students that are just joining, just signing up, and they're like, hey, I see you got a whole bunch of videos, but I don't know where to start. So today's video, that's exactly it. If you're new to the world of grappling, or maybe even more specifically Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, here's a great starting point of what you guys can do to help improve, understand, get better faster, all the things. But this is your starting point. I grabbed my training dummy here because a lot of times when we get started in the world of grappling, we don't always have a training partner right away. Maybe we get a friend later on, but in the very beginning we don't. Training partner, this guy I think is like 45, 50 bucks on Amazon. Maybe they're up a little bit more now, maybe 75. And then he's got polyfill in them, which does cost a bit more. We got the polyfill from like I think Michael's or Walmart. But if you don't have one of these, a giant stuffed animal, like a giant teddy bear, if you happen to got one of those, or a big body pillow, something like that will also work. You can also take your gi, put a pillow inside it, put a towel in the sleeves, and I have a video, I'll put that in the little section above of how to create a grappling dummy training partner. But let's just get started with what things are, okay? Basic ground movement, okay? That's gonna be what I start with. And so I have a thing we talk about, you know, like shrimping, crab walking, swing base, kick out turtle, all that stuff. And that's what I'm gonna start with. I think that's actually the ideal point to start with. So if I'm in this turtle position, okay, I'm in this basic cross-body turtle type position. I'm gonna lift up an arm, I'm gonna lift up a leg. I'm gonna take this opposite leg, I'm gonna slide it right through and go to my back. Put my feet on the floor, lift my butt, and I'm gonna rotate right back over. And that is what we call a kick out and get back to turtle. I'm gonna do the other side, hand on the mat, foot on the mat, slide this foot right through, and I go all the way to my back. Just like this guy, okay? Now from here, I lift my butt high, rotate over on my shoulder, and I get back to my knees. And that's your first little warm-up drill called a kick out and get back to turtle. Moving on from that, we have a drill called swing base. Very similar concept. I take that first half, hand up, knee up, and I just simply sit here like this. Okay, and I go right back to where I was. Hand up, knee up, and I slide my other leg out. And that's swing base, meaning I'm going from side to side. Very similar to kick out the turtle, it just doesn't go all the way to my back. I only go to my hip. I'll do it one more time. Elbow up, knee up, slide through. If I kick all the way to my back, that's what we refer to as a kick out. Okay? Hand on the mat, foot on the mat, slide your foot through. Okay, swing base, that's what that one is. Now, going back to where I'm on my back, I lift my butt and I push my hips out, AKA the shrimp. Okay, and then I reset myself because I'm assuming I don't have a lot of floor space at home or in the room I'm training on, so I'm not going to be up and down the gym. I'm going to stay in this kind of the square I'm in here. So here, hip up, hip out, shrimp, reset. So again, hip up, turn on my side, hip out, and reset. Staying on my back, now back bridge. So I'm going to lift, reach on my far side shoulder, and come back. Hip up, far side shoulder, come back, far side shoulder. And at any time, I can link these together to get back to where I was. Okay, so now you have a little bit of fundamental ground movement. We talked about shrimping, we talked about kick it out turtle, we talked about swing base, we talked about basic bridging. Now, taking all of that, we have to put that into positions, and positions on a grappler, on an opponent. And I'm going to use my grappling dummy to represent those positions. So a minute ago, I talked about being in this turtle position, right? So this is what we call cross mount for Kishi Dojo and Martial Art Illuminated Academies. And so this is the first one. Now, if I put my hand up and I put my knee up, and I slide that leg through that swing base, I'm now in a form of case gatame. We refer to this as Kazura case gatame. I'm under the shoulder. If I go around the head, now I'm in case katana, side mount. Okay? But for the sake of the drill, I just leave this arm here. It's just easier. Okay? And then I just bring that leg back, and I'm here. So I'll do that again. Hand here, lift, slide. And that's what that's helping me with. Now you're saying, but professor, what about the other side? You had me go the other way. Yeah, what about the other side of the guy? So if I'm over here, I have to be able to do this the other way. Bring my hand up, post, slide through. So you're learning how to do it regardless of which side of the dummy you're on. If I do start here, turn this way now. If I start here, and I post my hand close to their leg, and I post my leg, and I face the feet. Okay, I did that swing base facing the feet now. If I grab this far knee, pull it down, step over, I'm now in full mount. And we refer to this as step over to the full mount, step over to mount. And so you have full mount. And of course, you can move your arm, push your elbow down, flex that foot, bring that leg high, and you've now back-stepped back into that reverse, because they're a case of time, a reverse side mount, and then back into cross mount. So I'll do that again. So I'll post the hand, post the leg, slide that leg through, grab this knee, pull it towards me, don't push it away, don't do that, pull it towards you, step over to mount. Okay, so now I have full mount. I also had cross mount, and I had side mount. Okay, I have two more positions to talk about. I'm going to grab the lapels. Okay, you don't have to, you can grab the wrist too, that works too. And I'm going to just fall over. Now I cross my feet. This person is now what we call closed guard. This is another staple major position of jiu-jitsu. Okay, we have closed guard now. All it was, full mount. I just grabbed the wrists. I pulled them with my knee a little bit, fell to my shoulder, locked my feet. Now I have closed guard. There we have that. And we have one last position to talk about, one last fundamental grappling position, and that's going to be seated back control. Okay, I'm seated on my butt, and I have a back control. If they happen to be here, we refer to this as back mount. I'm not seated anymore. They are kind of the same, and I used to refer to them as the same. I would say back mount and also back mount. But in the past couple years, I renamed this for all my gym for seated back control. It doesn't matter if they have gi or not for any of these positions. That's just a matter of how you're training. So if you're doing submission wrestling, if you're doing TFC Jiu-Jitsu and you don't have a gi on, no big deal. You understand these positions don't change regardless. If you have a gi, I recommend practicing using that to your advantage. We're here, and I have him kind of sitting up. So first things first, we understand we have what we call a folded sleeve grip. And so what I have is a little drill I teach my beginners, or a lot of times do it in private lessons. I'll say double sleeve, sleeve and same side collar, sleeve and cross side collar, double sleeve. And then I repeat it, but going backwards. Here, here, here. And I switch it. Here, 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 and then back. And so all you're talking about now is the grips. What grips do I want to use and how do I get them? So I went from folded sleeve grip. Now, if I switch it to this type of grip, we call it a pistol grip. It could be on the top, it could be on the bottom, it doesn't really matter. He's got thick wrists, so it's kind of hard, but this is pistol grip. I personally don't like pistol grip that much. Some people do, some people don't. It's personal preference. Okay, so what we have is what I got from Coach Eric Paulson called the star drill. Okay, and I've done several videos on this, and so I'm going to kind of go through this kind of quick because I think you can watch several of the videos on star drill, but this is again a starting point. So, star drill number one, I like to start in side mount. I think this is a really good place to start. So I'm here in side mount. And what's going to happen is I'm going to move my arm. I'm going to kind of hug their shoulder, hug their whole arm. From there, I scissor my feet. And now I'm in cross mount. I continue that swing base, the thing I had you warm up with earlier, to here. Push that leg down, step over to the full mount. From here, I continue on, move my arm across, elbow down, my back step, and from there, switch to the cross mount, and then I go to side mount. So now I've done side mount on each side of the body, I've done cross mount on each side of the body, and I've been in full mount. I'm going to go back where I came from, and that's going to be our training for right now. That's our video. Okay, so I got case katame, aka side mount. Okay, from here, hug that shoulder. I like to grip the gi sometimes. Hug that shoulder though. I scissor my feet. I lift this elbow up. I get myself right here, cross mount position. Now, this hand's going to slide under the shoulder. This hand's coming to the hip. Post my leg. Slide that leg pretty close. Pull this knee towards me. Step over. And now I have full mount. From here, move an arm across. Drop my elbow down. Flex. Make sure I have flexed toes here. And I back step. I'm in this reverse side mount position. Okay, or reverse case katame position. From there, just like earlier, scissor my feet. And now I'm here in this cross mount. And then finally, put my hand in front of his head, post that leg, slide my arm under his head, hug the shoulder, slide the leg through. I'm now in side mount, back where I started. So let's talk about purpose. Why are we doing our martial arts training? So when we're beginners, when we're white belts, for my students, what I tell everybody is, white belts, your main job is to escape. Okay, you want to be able to escape everything. If that person puts me in that cross mount, that full mount, that side mount, that seated back control, that close guard, all those things, I want to be able to escape those things. Okay, that's our primary mission. Then we move on to our secondary mission. Secondary mission is to be able to control or pin in all of those positions. Can I hold full mount? Can I pin them in cross mount? Can I control them in my close guard? Or do I just lose those positions when I get them? So that's mission number 2. Mission number 3 is to be able to transition in and out of all those positions. Kind of how I started this training. I was showing you how to move a little bit, but I also showed you how those moves apply, how those warm-up drills apply to the actual training. And then finally, the 4th mission we have is to attack or to go for submissions. So a lot of people, when they sign up, a lot of people when they join, they're going right for the sub. And that's actually, I think, a big mistake that a lot of people are making. You need to go for positions first. You need to be able to, you need to be able to escape first. When I read the John Danaher book a couple years ago, that was one of the biggest takeaways I got from it. He's like, a big thing that made the Danaher Death Squad so dangerous is the fact that they practice escaping all the time. So that if you go for something and it fails, you'll try it again because you're like, well, I know I can recover. My escapes are so good. It's like, oh, I went for this arm bar, it failed. I ended up in full mount. Oh, cool, I can escape full mount. I can just repeat and get back to where I want, and I can attack again. And I was like, wow, that's actually really insightful. So a couple of years ago, I switched my plan. We used to say controlling and pinning was our primary mission. You know, we talked about getting position first, quick to position, slow to submission type thing. So kind of retooled that or retweaked it, and we go for escapes first. So kind of keep that in mind. Escape, escape, escape. That's your primary mission as a beginner. That's your Jiu-Jitsu 101. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you like what you see here. If you do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. If you got any questions or comments, put in the comment section below. I love seeing comments. I do answer them. I do read them. So there you guys have it. This is everything I have for you guys today. This is Professor JD. Stay safe, keep training, and I'm out.